to back off.
And waste this outfit?
Eugene, get out of here!
No super suit! You're making a mistake.
You made a mistake when you messed with my client! Cause now I'm gonna whoop your ass.
My ass remains unwhooped.
Yeah, let's fix that.
Okay, and here we are with Hot Toys Daredevil from the She-Hulk TV series. So this is the suit that Daredevil wore not only in the She-Hulk TV series, but the original color scheme that Daredevil had in the comics when he first became a character and had his own comic. I like what they did here. The image on the front is not an image of the figure. I like the color scheme that wraps around on the bottom. But the problem here is that the image on the front is very blurry, and I don't understand why they went that direction. And here he is, the man without fear himself, the yellow and maroon Daredevil. I love this figure, and I love it because it is nostalgic for me. When I was young, I worked all summer at a beach club just so I could afford to buy Daredevil number 5. And I actually just lean towards the yellow and maroon suit. I know everyone loves the red one, and I think the red one is dope as well, but there's just something about this suit that I love. And I think they nailed it. Proportions are pretty much spot on. I think he's a little thick in the belly area, but it looks great, and the flexibility on this figure is fantastic. Way better than you think it would be.
What's in the box?
And here are his assortment of hands. We have the 2 relaxed hands, which is pretty much a staple for Hot Toys. Then we have 2 kind of stressed out hands. I kind of look at it as like a kung fu hand, like he's putting out when he's ready to punch with the other hands. Kind of the same thing with these hands, I guess a little bit more tight, but they look like fighting hands, like he's ready to attack someone, or he's holding up his billy club and putting his other hand out. Then here are the 2 billy club hands, and then the 2 fists. We actually get 2 fists this time, so that's pretty cool. And here we have the billy clubs, the famous Daredevil billy clubs. The one with the rope is my favorite. It really can move any way, and it feels really sturdy. And then next to it you have the full billy club. This is before it pops open and you have the rope. This one doesn't pop open though, it's just one solid piece. And then you have it separated into the 2 pieces without the rope. So you have one for each of the hands that can hold the billy club. Here's the infamous hexagonal Hot Toys stands. It does the job, doesn't take up too much real estate. I like it. Here we have the head sculpt with the cowl on, and I love this one. This is the best Daredevil head sculpt I've seen. I think it looks like Matt Murdock the most, the lower half of his face. And the battle damage on the yellow is so damn cool. But every time I see this, I'm like, what is it made out of underneath there? And how heavy would it be? Because it looks like it's just steel underneath. But they really did such a great job with the wear and tear. And I feel like it really captures the shape and the look of Matt Murdock's lower half of his face and the shape of his head in totality. So I'm a big fan of this. Then you have the without a cowl head sculpt. I understand why the eyes look the way they do, because he is blind at the end of the day. But I really hate Hot Toys is doing this new thing now where they feel it's necessary to have every character's mouth partially open, and I just don't understand why. Like, what is he saying? I just prefer the Hot Toy head sculpts with his mouth closed, because with your mouth just sitting open like that, it just looks stupid. I don't know. It's just something that really bothers me. And then here he is with his notorious red glasses. I think it looks better with the glasses, to be honest. But I think this head sculpt is so badass. They did such a good job. I couldn't have actually asked for anything more when it comes to this one. And as I said before, the battle damage and so on and so forth. What I do think that they could have done was give you a second lower half face so that you can have one with like blood and cuts and bruises and stuff. The material on this suit is fantastic. The boots are pretty much standard boots, if you've had anyone with combat boots in a figure before. But the battle damage on the yellow areas of the suit, and then the material they used for the suit itself is phenomenal.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
You can see like all the little tiny pimples on the suit, but more importantly, this suit doesn't look like it would have the flexibility it has, but it has unbelievable flexibility. You could do some great positions with it. So this is one of my favorite things. So this is definitely one of the things that pulls the score down for me. I just feel like the middle torso part is just a little too wide. Like he just goes straight down. It should cut in a little bit at the bottom of the ribs. This guy's in great shape, like he's constantly fighting in the streets. So I feel like he would be in better shape than this. He just looks like he eats a couple too many cheeseburgers and drinks too many beers on the weekend.
Yeah, that looks good.
I haven't really had a chance to look at him before yet, so I'm kind of peeping him now. I mean, he's cool. I like that the nunchucks are like, you can like pose them or whatever. Doesn't really blow my mind as far as figures go. He's cool. I don't know. I guess he gets like a 3. Like, he's cool, but I'm not like, this is awesome.
Okay,
I'm not. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm like, yeah, he's cool, whatever.
So I certainly love the head sculpts with the cowl on, and I love the suit. Shockingly easy to pose, and that is great news for any Daredevil fan, because obviously you want to have him in action. This isn't the kind of guy that you're going to have just like standing tall without doing anything.
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
I love the materials used on the suit as well, but negatives, I don't like the non-cowl head sculpts. I think they went a little too far with the stare. The mouth open is a little lame, and I think the middle of the body is a little too fat. I also think they could have given us some more accessories, especially like a bloody lower half of the face for the Daredevil cowl head sculpt, and possibly even a bloody Matt Murdock face head sculpt. I think that could have been something cool they could have thrown at us. I understand that this is stuff that was not entirely in the She-Hulk show, but that doesn't mean the fans don't want it. I kind of hope Hot Toys going into the future will, no pun intended, think outside of the box with this stuff, because these are things that fans want. I also would love to have maybe a billy club with some blood on it, just other things, some more battle damage like hands. I don't know, you get the idea. Just more action oriented accessories to kind of add to a character that's always in the mix, always in the streets, always getting in fights. But anyway, thanks for joining my review. What's my final score? 8.3 Devil Lawyer cameos out of 10.